Hey guys, PrinceofMacedon here, doing a Rome Total War online multiplayer battle. I command the Carthaginians, and my opponent is Deadly Force in command of the Parthians. This is another historical what-if battle. What if Hannibal of Carthage met Surena of the Parthians? So I'm using Hannibal's army of 216 BC when he fought the Romans at Cannae. We'll look at my army first. I've got 4 units of Celtiberian infantry, and I have 3 units of the Spanish mercenaries. And then behind them, I got 3 units of Balearic slingers. There they are, in Ultra Glory. Then I have my 2 Carthaginian units. These are 2 units of 20 infantry. As you can see, the rest of my army is going to be composed of non-Carthaginians. Alright, let's go look at my cavalry arm. On my left, I've got 1 squadron of long shields. Behind them, I have 2 squadrons of round shields. They represent my Spanish and Gallic cavalry. And on my right wing, I've got 2 squadrons of the Numidian Cav. So, although my army is based on the Carthaginian army of the Battle of Cannae, I am using a completely different deployment here. And the reason why I'm doing that is because Hannibal would have deployed his army according to the tactical circumstance. And because I'm not fighting the infantry-based army of the Romans, because I'm fighting this this cavalry army, I have to deploy my army accordingly. Alright, let's go look at the army of Deadly Force, and this army is based on Surena's army of Parthia at the Battle of Carrhae in 53 BC. So I gave him 1 squadron of fully upgraded cataphracts, and then 10 squadrons of horse archers. But in retrospect, I should have gave him 8 squadrons of horse archers, because realistically, the Carthaginians would have had the same amount of horses, well, roughly, compared to the Parthians. But in any case, this will make for a good viewing here. But next time I'm going to limit these guys to 8 horse archers. Alright, so this is kind of tough, because my opponent has all these horse archers, and here I am in my deployment. I tried to extend my lines to make it harder for my opponent to outflank me, but already I'm getting raped by my enemy's archers, horse archers. Yeah, against the Romans, Hannibal enjoyed cavalry superiority in almost every battle, but in this case, this is going to be a lot different, because now we are letting the enemy dictate the cavalry battle to us. But in true Hannibal fashion, I'm going to try to lay a trap for my opponent. Look what I did. I pushed out my left wing out here to cut off my opponent's movement, and I tried to ensnare him between my left wing and the rest of my army. But my opponent's going to shift his army a different way. So I guess that was wishful thinking on my part. Historically speaking, the Parthians would have done extremely well on an open map like this with all their cavalry. But as the Romans discovered, the Parthians didn't do so well in the mountains. Which is why in 53 BC, the Armenian king recommended that Crassus invade Parthia through the mountains and not through the open desert like this. Alright, I brought my Numidians forward back there, as you saw. They are trying to soak up the enemy's missiles. Back over on the left wing, this is where I tried to catch his army between my left and my center. But here I spotted a chance to take out his cataphracts because they were out of formation. So I brought in my round shields and my long shields, my pointy infantry, my Spanish mercenaries, and that's 5 units going up against his cataphracts. I did make one huge micro mistake here. I thought I pushed the phalanx formation for my pointy, but they did not go into formation. So, although I have his guys pretty much surrounded, his fully upgraded cataphracts start raping my troops here. It's not a pretty sight. Look at those maces, they are bashing my dudes down. And just like that, I pretty much lost my, my melee cavalry. And he is able to retreat his cataphracts. And I think this could have been avoided if I got my guys into phalanx formation. Alright, so I am still at it. I'm trying to capture his cataphract still, and I'm chasing them on foot with my pointy and my Spanish mercenaries. It might be a useless enterprise, but cataphracts really aren't that fast, and also they get tired easily. So I was banking on that in order to capture his dudes. But look at that, my opponent's using his horse archers to do the infamous Parthian shot. Alright, so there's my guys. They're very persistent. Anyways, that's not the only thing happening on the battlefield. Over here, I managed to corral his horse archers into the corner here. And just my luck, those horse archers are commanded by his general. So just my Numidians, and they're backed by the Carthaginian infantry. And we rout them. So there I got really lucky that he put his general in that particular horse archer unit. And you can see my Numidians, they are doing really well right now. They're living up to their names as one of the greatest horsemen in history. Because they soaked up the enemy's arrows, and also they've driven out the enemy's general. Alright, this battle is actually about 40 minutes long, actually over 40 minutes long, and throughout this battle my opponent launched attacks just like this for about 30 minutes. And there was really nothing I could do about this. Like, he would ride around and just shower my dudes, and see all those little specks on the battlefield? Those are the bodies of all my mercenary troops that have fallen already. Alright, here he's hitting the front of my pony, and I don't mind that because my pony have really big shields. Alright, here's another attack here. Watch this one. Watch my Celtiberians right there. Look at this. This is what happened to my army. Pretty much his dudes showered my guys, and they just got annihilated like that. And there wasn't much I could do about this. I could keep turning my troops to face the other way, and that would have made those arrows less effective. I mean, I tried that, but for 40 minutes it's hard to keep up. And very soon you're going to see my opponent make this huge tactical mistake. Here he decided to attack my army with his cataphracts, but they are not running, they're just walking into it. And here I've got my pony infantry nearby, and I am not going to make the same mistake I made earlier, where I forgot to put my guys in the phalanx. Here I put both my guys in the phalanx. So those cataphracts, they take down maybe a few of my guys, but then they rout. And I am not going to let those cataphracts come back from running. I'm going to chase them off the battlefield with my round shields. Because I do not want those cataphracts helping out those horse archers anymore. So basically, without the cataphracts, those horse archers, they lose an important element, and that's their ability to charge my army at melee range. Because you saw what happened when I tried tackling those cataphracts with like 5 units. Alright, here, look. I've got my opponent on the run again, but here I thought I could take out some of his horse archers with my pony. And I bring down my spears, but his horse archers just scatter. And that was a test of my opponent's micro abilities. He did pretty well there. Alright, this is like 40 minutes into the battle, and most of my opponent's horse archers are out of missiles. You can tell because a lot of them have their daggers out already. So he only has like two horse archer units with arrows. So now my opponent's, he lost his patience pretty much, and now he's going to start charging my army. So I think my opponent should have used up all of his missiles before launching his chargers like this. And anyways, there goes some of his horse archer units. And here you can tell he really lost his patience. Here he charged right into the front of my pony infantry. But you can just see how much my army suffered from the Parthian missiles. I only have 2 units of pony infantry left, 1 unit of Spanish mercenaries. I've got 1 unit of Celtiberian infantry. Then I've got my 1 squadron of round shields, and I have both of my Numidian cavalry squadrons still, but they are severely depleted. And there's my general. I put my general in command of the African infantry, and we're chopping those horse archers down. Here I decided to launch a counterattack with my cavalry, finally. These are my round shields and my Numidians. And these guys are happy to be going on the offensive for once. So we take out that unit of horse archers, and we're going to drive forward and take out that other squadron of horse archers. And because my guys are fast, I'm not too worried that if his guys try to run away, I'm pretty sure my guys will be able to catch him. Especially considering that my guys are rested up and his guys are pretty much exhausted from all that running around they've been doing for the past 30 minutes. So we smack those guys down, and now my opponent is down to, I believe, 1 horse archer squadron left. And I've got my infantry chasing after them, and now I've got my cavalry chasing after them. Surprisingly, his horse archers are able to rout 2 of my Numidians. And watch this, this is pretty amazing. Well, it's pretty mysterious actually. My round shields are chasing his horse archers, and his guys stop running, and they turn back to face my round shields, and they actually rout my round shields. I was surprised because his guys are more tired than mine, and my guys are actually designed for melee combat. Alright, so he's going to turn his horse archers around, and he's going to confront the remaining part of my army, and that's 1 unit of Spanish mercenaries, 1 unit of Celtiberian infantry, and 2 units of Pointy infantry. And my opponent is tired of running. He's going to stand his ground, and that's going to let my Spanish mercenaries get the last kill. I'd say that the heroes of this battle were my Numidian cav. I think they did the most to bring down these horse archers. Anyways, very close game. My opponent got way more kills than I did, but I think the real Hannibal would have won this battle, but he would have suffered greatly at the hands of all these horse archers.